Scavenger hunt update. How are we feeling?
Is it mid though?
I don't know.
Mid-autumn, bitch!
I feel stressed.
I'm feeling a little sad.
Why?
Mostly because we have a 10-minute delay.
Yeah, but so does everyone else.
But we've also been waiting here for 20 minutes now.
I mean, maybe at the end they will, because it's based on the amount of time.
It takes you, yeah.
So maybe at the end they'll be like,
10.
oh, like we had to stagger you, but...
Also,
Maybe.
I'm sorry, did they use the helpline to ask about the coordinates?
Yeah, they did.
Did
But
they?
the coordinates
5
didn't
minutes?
work.
So they got 5 minutes?
I think so.
I think so.
I doubt they'd give them 5 minutes if it's not working.
Yeah.
Unless they typed it in
they
wrong.
better not.
We are the champions, my friends. We won. Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Welcome to a new reading vlog, weekend vlog, if you will. I am here, freshly showered, as you can tell. Washed my hair. My eye is a little red, so please excuse that. I woke up this morning kind of being unable to see out of it, and then when I, cleared it a little, looked in the mirror and it was like fire truck red, and I was like, ooh. She's a little irritated from something, but showered and it's looking a lot better. So happens every once in a while. My eye wakes up and it's like, I had a rough night. Anyways, hi, welcome to the vlog. This weekend is going to be a very chill one as always. Later today, I am going over to my friend Sophie's house. Sophie and Tamsin, they own the house together. Obviously, they're girlfriends. Because we're doing like a late Halloween thing. They said it was spooky, but I'm not going in a costume because I don't have one. Also, apologies for my kettle. I'm doing a kettle thing. Other than going to Sophie and Tamsin's later today, I'm just gonna be hanging out, doing some chill things, as is the usual. Last night, I was part of the Shakespeare in the Ruins scavenger hunt thing with my friends. They did it last year. Hannah, Sophia, and Kate did it last year, the three of them. And they came in so dead last that, because they got lost, it was just bad. And like the last volunteers like went home. So they didn't even finish technically. So this year was redemption year. They brought me and also Hannah's boyfriend Samuel, who was our incredible getaway driver. He was so good. He was speedy. He was stressed as fuck, but he was speedy and tight, and he got us to the places real good. And we came in first. We won. What a redemption for them. But that's awesome. We won a bunch of different things. So that's really cool. We were so excited last night. We were sitting there. We got there first. We signed in. And then the people that we had been chasing the entire night, we always called them the red car because they were in a red car, came in a couple minutes after us and they were like, fuck no, But when they were announcing who was winning, they announced them as the winners and then they just kept going and they did not mention us. And all of us were like, excuse me, what about us? The people who arrived here first? They had misplaced our paper that we handed in at the front because it wasn't the same paper as everyone else's because we fucked up. But when they looked at the time, the lady was like, oh yeah, no, you guys for sure won. We screamed so loud. It was great. The redemption for them is fantastic. I'm so glad we could do that for them. And then we went out to like a local tavern pub thing for food and drinks afterwards. And it was very fun. It was such a fun evening. I highly recommend, even as someone who doesn't know anything about Shakespeare really, like I studied a couple plays and a couple of Shakespeare sonnets in university, but I was never in an actual Shakespeare class. I don't know how I dodged that as an English major, but I did. And we still did very good. I felt so useless like all night because I was like, I'm not good at like scavenger hunts. I don't know anything about our city. Samuel and Hannah and Kate and they seemed to know what the fuck was going on. They knew so much about our city just from like decoding these riddles that we had to figure out like for locations in the city. And then I was like, I'm just here for the ride, I guess. I don't run. I'm large. I don't run. My knees are bad. So I was like, I'm not running. I'm just here for the ride. Then we got to trivia, and then they started asking trivia about serial killers. And I was like, wait, I know these. I know most of these. Sophia and I fucking killed it at trivia for the serial killers. I did not do very good for the Shakespeare half of the trivia, but it was like the last stop. We didn't know it was our last stop before like going to the final spot, but we got there and we were like, okay, trivia time. And like asking us different questions. We got 3 different ones wrong or like didn't know the answers to. So they added 3 minutes to our time. That's kind of how it went. But everything else fucking aced it. Like Samuel knew a lot of the Shakespeare stuff, which he was really surprised at. Hannah knew some Shakespeare stuff as well. Kate was also on the ball. And then Sophia and I, we were like serial killer time. So it was fantastic. It was a very good night, guys. It was so good. Anyways, other fun news. I got the audiobook for Marion Bright back. I have paid the exorbitant fee because the conversion to Canadian dollars is a little painful. So when it comes out, please go buy it. Please support me in this little novella. Please buy the audiobook. Please buy a physical copy. Please buy all the copies, please. You guys are gonna absolutely love it though. I listened to the entire audiobook last night. There's one thing that I am having them change because my narrator pronounced toque wrong in the first chapter, but I was in a live when she was like recording it because she did it on TikTok live for the first couple chapters. I caught her pronouncing toque wrong for the second chapter. So first chapter was wrong and I guess she didn't remember to go back and fix it, but the rest of the book, she pronounced toque correctly. So it's one use of toque where she says toque. And I'm like, can you please go fix this? So I've emailed her last night at like 3 a.m. because I was listening to it when I got home from the Shakespeare in the Ruins scavenger hunt thing because I was too wired. I listened to the entirety. It took me just under 2 hours at like one time speaks. I wanted to listen to it as Andy narrated it, what she performed it as. Andy Eloise, her performance is stunning. It's so good. I had a goofy fucking smile on my face the whole time. I am so excited. So as soon as that like one little thing gets fixed, I am loading that content into all the places that I can, getting it ready, getting the audiobook set up, and hopefully it can go up the same day, which is this fucking Thursday. It is November 7th. Marion Bright goes live on November 7th, so make sure you pre-ordered. I know Amazon still hasn't fucking gotten its shit together and put the paperback up because Ingram Spark and Amazon don't like each other. But you can get the paperback at your indie bookstore, your local indie bookstore. All you gotta do is bring the ISBN. So just go hunt for it, you know? And it's not J.A. Collington, it is Jen Collington with 2 N's. So you can find it that way. But oh, I'm so excited. But if you want to wait for the paperback from Amazon, that's totally fine. You can wait till November 7th and order it then. But yeah, please buy this book, this sweet little sapphic holiday romance. You guys are gonna love it. It's such a short, sweet bite of a book. It's spicy. It has a sex scene in it that's just, I was listening to it last night as Andy was narrating it and I was like, wow, no, I did really good with this. So get ready for some heartwarming Christmas, y'all. Get ready. Anyways, I'm gonna make myself a coffee and then I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna tell you about my reading plans because it's November. It's officially November. All right, friends. So I have many options, my friends, but I also wanted to talk about some of my like November reading plans in general. So let me come back over to my desk. If you saw my spooky Halloween vlog that went up, I ended up reading 4 spooky books by the end of October. I ended with a 5 fucking star. I am also ahead of my reading goal for the year, which is great. I usually am. But I've read over 100 books and my reading goal is 120. So by the end of the year, easy peasy, I'm like 8 books ahead. But my plans for November, I have dubbed, if you saw my TikTok, it's probably up by the time this video is up, but I have done a TikTok where I'm talking about it. I am dubbing November the series month. Why? Because at the beginning of the year, I set out to finish a bunch of series. I think I had originally 10 that I planned to finish. Like I wanted to finish 10 in total, not 10 specific ones that I planned to finish because, as you guys know, I'm not very good at finishing series. So I just realized that Chain Gang All-Stars looks like it's gonna fall, but it's not because it's been like that for a while. Let me pull up my series page. Here we go. So far this year, I have finished Foundry Side. I finished the Hall of Smoke, which is the Four Pillars series. I have finished the Age of Darkness trilogy by Katie Rose Poole, and I have finished the Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini. So I have read 4. I finished 4 series, and it's November. And my plan was to finish 10. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm going to try my darndest because I have a couple that I only need to finish the final book in. I also have a few trilogies that I'm like, I need to finish. So I've got reading plans. All right, so I'm going to put this over here actually because it's going to fall. Alrighty. First up, most definitely what I want to read the soonest and probably is what I'm going to focus on this weekend as well, although I do have other options because, you know, mood reader. But I would really, really love to get into this bad boy again, reread The Jasmine Throne for like the 3rd or 4th time, and then reread The Oleander Sword so that I can get into The Lotus Empire, which is coming out early November. But I have an arc for it on my Kobo, so I would really, in a perfect world, love to get to this and then jump into the arc. So this is up first, and then we're gonna finish this trilogy, one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I'm so excited about this. But yeah, these are probably like is what I was planning on reading this weekend anyways, like kind of powering through a reread of those. I also have the other trilogy that I'm going to focus on this month, which is these bad boys. I have read The Shadow of the Gods and The Hunger of the Gods, so I need to reread them because I don't really remember a lot of it. And I would really love to reread it so that I can get this whole trilogy in like a one fell swoop. And then I will finish with Fury of the Gods, which came out at the end of October. So this is also big, chunky fantasy boys. You hear that? Book slap. Satisfying. But yeah, going to be finishing this one this month as well. So those 2 are for sure. I'm going to do it because that's what I want to be reading right now. So that's 2 more. So instead of those 4, it's going to be 6. So we got to figure out 4 more. I am going to also try, like it's like the second priority other than these trilogies, finishing the Between the Earth and the Sky trilogy by Rebecca Roanhorse because I have a series video that I need to finish for this. I started it with Black Sun months ago and I need to finish it now. So these 2 are on my list as well, Fevered Star and Mirrored Heavens, so that I can wrap this up, which is going to be amazing and so delightful. I just have a feeling. And then the last one I'm going to be finishing this month, I'm manifesting it, is finishing N.K. Jemison's Inheritance trilogy with The Kingdom of Gods. So this trilogy is very interesting because the first one I read this year back in February, fucking loved it. The second one really kind of failed for me. So I'm wary going into this third one. I trust N.K. Jemisin because she's one of my favorite authors of all time. But with the way that the second book went, I was like, it didn't hit for me. I'm really hoping this hits for me. So this is the last one in that trilogy. We're going to carve this out as well. So that, my friends, that was 6, 7, 8. 8 series should be completed by the end of November in total for 2024. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 series will be finished in November alone, which is very exciting. And then continuing series, I really, really would love to get to The Unrelenting Earth by Kritika Rao, which is the second book in this trilogy, which came out this year. And then I would also like to get to this sequel, which is The Truth of the Aleke by Moses Osei Otomi, because I read The Lies of the Ajango earlier, I think a couple months ago. Really, really enjoyed it. So I'm intrigued to get to this little itty-bitty novella and powering through this one as well. Just lots of sequels and series. And a lot, as you can tell, of very diverse books, because I'm also falling behind on my goal of reading diverse books. I've been trying to fill at least half of my TBRs every month with diverse authors, but I have fallen a little bit behind. So I would love to bring my percentage, which I believe right now is at 42% of all the books that I've read this year are by BIPOC authors. I would love to bring that percentage up. So we have a lot of BIPOC books in front of me. I also am currently still reading Saints of Storm and Sorrow. I am just over halfway through, and I am enjoying it a little bit more than I was last week when I read it, when I started reading it. So I've decided I'm not going to DNF it. I'm going to finish this, and we're going to see what really is all about, like what it ends up being. And this last chunk is going to determine whether or not I continue with this series when they come out, if it's a series. I don't know if it's a series or not. I should clarify that. But so there's this one as well. I probably will be working through that though in this weekend as well, because if I don't this weekend, I probably will never pick it back up. So hopefully I can power through the last little chunk on the audiobook. I also have, as a pullover from my October TBR, I have The Hacienda, which I really want to read as well. So, The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas is going to be read this month. It just feels like the perfect month for The Hacienda. I also have 2 library books that have come to me and a whole stack more over there that I'm also very interested in. But I also picked up The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher. If I'm still in a spooky gooky mood, this is what I will be picking up. I know these 2 are not by BIPOC authors, but it's okay. The majority this month are by BIPOC authors, which is what I wanted. I wanted my November TBR to be very diverse. And then I also have India Holton's Ornithologist's Guide to Love. So this I would love to get to like very, 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 very soon, because I want to be delighted. So I think this is going to be a good palate cleanser between some of these intense fantasy books that I got on my side here. But anyways, this weekend, I would love to focus on finishing 1, Saints of Storm and Sorrow, and 2, possibly getting through a reread of The Jasmine Throne, which is one of my favorite books of all time. So it's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a wonderful time, I think, getting through a reread of this bad boy yet again. So I think that's gonna be a good little weekend plan. And then I have obviously other choices if I want to sprinkle in, like if I want to do the novella this weekend, I can also do that if I want something really snappy. But it's already Saturday. It is already 2 o'clock. So I'm going to my friend Sophia Tamsin's tonight, so I'm not going to have tonight to read either, but we're going to start something and we're going to get through it. I also would love to work on a favorite fae this weekend so that I can get moving and a grooving on that bad boy. But yes, my friends, it's November. Happy November. Let's do a fucking vlog. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Hello. Oh! Run! Billy, is that another bag to stick your face in? Let's go. She says it's a little too tall. Hello friends, happy Sunday. I have been getting progressively more sore throat right here all evening. I had tea and I had like 2 big mason jars of water and nothing is helping. So I am genuinely concerned that I'm getting sick right now. I don't accept that energy. I don't want it. Anyways, hi, it's Sunday. I haven't talked to you in a while actually, but that's fine. Hi, happy Sunday. It's almost 1 a.m. I gotta go to bed because it's also technically almost 2 a.m. because of the time change. So, bed I go. I was just caught up in crocheting. What did I last talk to you about? Oh, Yesterday I finished Saints of Storm and Sorrow. It gets 1.5 stars for me. It almost redeemed itself and then got really, really bad. And then there was a sex scene in the middle of like our main characters finding one of our main characters like magical communities completely wiped out and massacred. And then they were like, and she like the girl was trying to comfort the guy and like laid on top of him to like put him back in his body because he was having issues like, you know, anxiety spiral or whatever, and that made him get hard, so they fucked. And I was like, what in the ACOTAR bullshit is this? It was so bad. It was written really terribly. I know the author was trying to do some stuff, but like I was hate reading it at the end. 1.5 stars. And then I started my reread of The Jasmine Throne, which I have been very much enjoying. I've been mostly just listening to the audiobook as I do things, as I crochet and stuff. And I'm now on page 211 and chapter 21. So a little chunk of the way through. I wish I had gotten further, but when I got home today after being at mom and dad's, I just did my nails. I sat on my couch and watched some stupid ghost things on YouTube, because apparently that's where my brain is right now. But that's okay. I also didn't work on a favorite fae all weekend, which is kind of shitty, and I need to get back on that. So this week is exciting because Merry and Bright comes out on Thursday, which is amazing. I got all my audiobook files loaded in today into the different websites. It's going to be available on Audible, Apple Books, literally everywhere else. I had the option of just doing ACX, which is just Audible's like company. And I think that's like specifically just iTunes, Apple Books, and Audible or something. But because I want it to be accessible everywhere, I want like libraries to be able to get a hold of it and all that kind of stuff, I decided to also put it through Faraway Voices, or Faraway Voices, which is Spotify's thing. I know Spotify's been having some shit with their audiobook stuff, but this is gonna get it onto Everend and Hoopla and all these different places. There's a whole list of them. So now the files are just undergoing like a quality check, I guess, which both sites say could take up to 10 days. And then Faraway Voices said that it could take up to 20 to 30 days to get into like all the different systems. So I'll keep my eyes out for when that goes live in different places, and I'll let y'all know, but hopefully that's not too far off of the release date of November 7th, which is this week. I know that's a very tight turnaround for the audiobook files to get out. I mean, the paperback is still not up on Amazon from Ingram Spark, and it's been over a month now. So fuck Ingram Spark, fuck Amazon. Go pre-order the physical book through your local indie bookstore instead. It supports me and the indie bookstore. How could you not want to? Go pre-order the ebook. And if you guys wanna help a girl out in any way, shape, or form, a little extra, I do have a Ko-fi shop. I don't know if I've got that linked in my bio. I think I do. I should, for like the signed book plates. You don't have to buy a signed book plate, but you could also just tip me on Ko-fi if you wanted. It would be very greatly appreciated, but you really don't have to. I don't mention my Ko-fi enough. So if you do want a signed book plate, that's where to get them. So you can get like a signed copy of a book, because I'm never gonna sell physical copies because the shipping is just too expensive out of Canada. I will not do that to you guys. So anyways, I sound ridiculous to myself right now, so I am gonna call it for the night. I'm gonna go get ready for bed and knock myself out, hopefully. Knock out. But yeah, so Jasmine Throne, wish I could have finished it, but that's okay. Wish I could have worked on a favorite fae, but that's what I'll just have to do this week. Get back into the game of it, 'cause it's been a while since I've touched the document, I think. I don't know where time goes anymore. Time just slips away. It's already fucking November. Who let it be November this soon? I don't know. Anyways, we're making headway a little bit on the TBR, at least. Even though the first book we started with was a 1.5 star. At least I know this one is gonna be a banger, because I love it already. I love it so much. It's a reread for like the 3rd or 4th time. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I don't sound like this tomorrow, but we'll see what future me has to say. Hello, friends. I do not sound any better. Happy Monday. I'm gonna keep this short because my throat hurts so bad. I feel like I've been hit by a truck. What a weekend. It was a really good weekend. Started with the Shakespeare in Ruins scavenger hunt, and then on Saturday I read a 1.5 star book, but that's whatever. Threw it across the room. And then went to Sophie and Tamsin's, had a lovely evening. Sunday, I read like 200 pages of The Jasmine Throne, which I'm really enjoying as a reread. And overall, it was a pretty chill weekend. And I'm happy that it was chill. Now starts a week that I gotta get through. But hey, next Monday is a long weekend, which I'm so excited for that long weekend. Oh my god. But yes, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in another video very, very soon. Stay kind and go drink some tea for me. Bye.